name Muhammad.
Mohammed, okay, Mohammed. Mohammed, let's start our first question, which says, well, how much time do you spend using your computer?
Actually, I use computer every day for more than 6 hours. I work for a programming company, so I do a lot of computer working actually.
Well, thank
You
you
hear
very
me?
much. Do you use computer more for work, study, or for personal reasons?
For working mainly because, as I mentioned, as I am a programmer, so I do a lot of programs or projects on computer. So my main use is working actually.
Okay, what are some things you like and dislike about using computers?
Firstly, I think using computers provide us with a lot of chances to increase or enhance our knowledgement experiences. However, I think using computer consume much time than we have actually, or it's available for us for doing other activities like visiting friends or reading, for example.
Okay. Describe a park in your neighborhood or city.
Actually, I live in Qusair. It's a small city in Red Sea Governorate. Our area is described as a big desert. However, we have a very beautiful, and I think it's the only park we have here. It's the Castle Park. It's full of trees and distinguished kinds of flowers and plants.
Continue, please.
Oh, sorry. This park was established at at Muhammad Ali era, and this park actually the managers of this park tried to import a lot of extraordinary kind of plants from India, from Madagascar, and Malta. This park was the only place that provides to provide the residents here in city
So,
long or
thank you very much. What are some things people can do there?
they can watch flowers. They can just bring their friends and chill out. It's a good place for picnics, and a lot of my friends actually spend vacation there.
Okay. Do you enjoy spending time there? Why or why not?
Of course, I enjoy spending time there because, as I mentioned, it's the only green area here in our city, and also it's extremely safe, so I can bring my children to enjoy the sightseeing.
Okay. And
And of course, also, as you know, this green place it's considered actually the most accurate or the most proper place environmentally. There you can enjoy the breeze, clean one and cool one. You can actually change your mood and try to think about anything you are concerned or could think about. Actually, you can. It's a good place for imitation.
thank you very much. And the last two questions now, Mohammed, okay? What
Mhm.
school subjects were offered in the past and are not offered now?
I couldn't hear the first part, please. Can you
Again,
repeat it?
sure. What school subjects were offered in the past that are not offered now?
Actually, I think past time was extremely beautiful. There were a lot of cool things that people were able to do, like visiting their relatives, for example. Nowadays, we live in a materialistic world. A lot of people try to work for extra hour or for more than two shifts, so they don't have much time to do social responsibilities or regular or obligations. Also, I think in the past people were fewer than nowadays, so they have a lot of free places or free spaces to move, to build, to practice their daily activities or matters. I think it was a very great time at that time.
Okay. And the last question. What school subjects should be offered in the future that are not offered now?
You mean subjects as school subjects or
Yes,
things?
school subjects.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I missed that one. I think in the future, all students must try to listen, and I think government must impose this kind of subjects.
Mm.
Programming is a very important subject because in the future, programming will be the global, the most eligible or the most used language in the future. It allow anyone to communicate with computers, with software, and of course, it's a unified language. So any people from Japan to America can use it effectively and properly.
Thank you, Mohammed, very much. Well, now,
Sorry, I couldn't understand subject in the first place. I think I
yeah,
thought it's maybe item, not
that's
subject, school
why.
subject.
Okay, Mohammed, that's why it was marked as off point. I'm really sorry to say so, but
No,
it was off point because
no,
seemingly you didn't understand the question quite well. However,
that's right.
you could have asked me to repeat the question again or to say it in other words. Yeah?
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
anyway, so now my comments, Mohammed. For pronunciation, your pronunciation is quite good. However, sometimes you do not figure out the difference between the b and b sound, which sometimes affects your pronunciation marks. All right. So
Mm.
please again focus on the difference between b and p sound. Okay, this is one.
I'm sorry, difference between what?
Between the b and the p sound, the b
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the p sound. Sometimes you
no
just
problem.
drop the difference between them. Okay, this is sometimes,
Okay,
not all the times. It's
mm,
not noticed all the times. When it
okay.
comes to your grammatical structure and your grammar structure, well, your grammar is quite good. Yet sometimes, Mohammed, you forget to show me a variety of sentences. Like most of your sentences are simple ones. These are the majority of them. So please make sure تعالى نعمل ايه حل وسط كده في الموضوع. Try as much as possible to start your second and your third sentence with a subordinate conjunction. يعني نبدأ مثلا تاني أو تالت جملة start with however, after, before,
Mhm.
although. Okay, وخليها
As well.
رول وامشي عليها. Yes, وخليها رول وامشي عليها. And by the way, pardon me, I've got a cold, and it cannot be worse than the cold that I have now. So forgive me if my
No problem. I can hear you clearly. No problem at all.
forgive me. So again, try as much as possible. Do this trick. Make yourself, get yourself familiar to using the subordinate conjunctions, especially in your second and third sentence, in order to make sure that you have already included some complex and either compound, complex,
Compound.
or compound, complex, compound, or complex sentences. Okay?
Okay.
إيه كمان بس that's all. Thank you very much for your participation. Your
Can
band
you
score,
estimate the band? Ah, of course.
I was about to say it. Your band score is 6 to 6.5. All right.
Thank,
Also,
thank you very much.
when it comes to your vocabulary, you have to enrich your vocabulary by using a little bit higher range of vocabulary words, please. Okay. You can. The best thing to do here in this situation, Mohammed, is to read the model answer in your IELTS book that is related to the question. And also, I don't know whether you've booked to your test or not. Have you booked to take the test?
Yes, of course. It will be in the 29th of September.
Okay,
Maybe
29.
after.
Oh, okay. So you still have much time, yeah.
That's true.
29th of September means that you have almost a month.
40 days.
Oh, great. So 40 days is a very, very good chance to start reading the model answers and start reading about anything in the whole world so that you can enrich your ideas too. You need to generate more,
I'm reading The Economist and The Times daily. I think they are a good source for vocabulary. Is that true?
Yes, this is very, very good resource and a very good method to enrich your topics, definitely. But again, don't forget to read the model answers in each and every topic in your Cambridge book, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your sincere efforts, and I hope you get well soon. I mentioned you in name in my prayers today. I hope Allah accepts the majority of them.
May Allah accept it. Thank you very much, my dear. Jazakallah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, and now let's move to Kareem. Assalamu alaikum, Kareem. Hello, Kareem. Unmute yourself, please. Kareem, unmute your microphone. Your microphone is muted. Yeah, Kareem. Kareem, your microphone. Okay. طيب. Let me unmute your microphone. Kareem, your microphone is muted. Until Kareem finds a way out, let's take Mohammed Musa. Assalamu alaikum, Mohammed. Mohammed Musa. Mohammed Musa, assalamu alaikum. Mohammed Musa is gone. Okay. Let's take Miss Fatima. Miss Fatima, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Unmute your microphone, dear, please.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, my dear. How are you? It's good, no, good morning. We can't say good morning at 1:25 or 12. Where are you? Fatima? Are you in Egypt?
I'm in Egypt, but
all right, but still.
I have just, yeah.
You just woke up?
Yes, yes, indeed.
Okay, so good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm great. Your full name, my dear?
My name is Fatma Hassan.
Right, Fatima, and how would you like me to call you?
Fatma.
Right, Fatima. Fatima, are you ready for the speaking test?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So why would you like to take the IELTS, my dear?
Are
you planning to take the IELTS very soon?
Yes, I'm planning to take it on, I think, on the 28th of September, if God wills.
Yes, inshallah, 28th of September. This is quite near, inshallah. It's a month, maybe a month and a few days, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So are you ready to take this test?
I hope I am. I'm doing my best, you know.
Okay, sure. All right. Do you like to read books?
Well, actually, I'm not a big fan of books and I'm not into reading, but for my IELTS purposes and for my IELTS preparation, I force myself to read every and each day nowadays. So it's about 1 hour of reading each day for my IELTS. But after the IELTS, I do not know if I will continue reading.
How often do you go to the cinema?
Well, once in a blue moon, actually, because in my hometown there isn't. You cannot find any cinemas here. So if I want to go to the cinema, I have to travel to another town, which is very inconvenient in my case because I'm a mom and I work. So it's quite rare, actually.
Do you prefer reading books or watching movies?
Off the top of my head, I'll choose watching movies because of many reasons, actually. Because of you can find sound effects, the sound effects and the visual effects also. It's very impressive, considering the films is if compared to the reading, if compared to reading books, I mean. But is this my opinion? Actually, I find that some other people will prefer to grab a book and turn the pages. So it's not my cup of tea.
Okay. Now tell me, describe a book you've read or a film you've seen.
Well, there are quite a few books and films I can describe, but if I have to choose just one, I may talk about about a film I have watched. It was based on a story taken from a book. The film is called the Old Man in the Sea. Sorry for my bad memory. It's called the Old Man and the Sea. It's taken from a book that has the same name. It was written by the magnificent writer Hemingway, Ernest Hemingway, who was an American writer. He is a modern American writer. The book tells, and the film tells the story of an old man who used to be a very good fisherman, and after turning old, he started to lose his luck, and he wasn't able to catch a fish in maybe 90 days or 80 days. I cannot remember the exact number. So he was the fishermen of his village started to mock him, and so driven by his determination to prove himself, he sets off far into the sea, and he started to search for what is called the marlin. I guess the marlin is one of the biggest fish in the sea. And after many tries, he finally succeeded to catch a fish. And after many tries, also he will catch it. But in his way back, he would face some obstacles. I mean, sharks. The predators will tear his fish and his catch, and he will go back home just with a skeleton. I guess the meaning behind the movie is what matters, because it's supposed to tell us how to be servants, how to keep our determination into up until the end, and how to insist on our goals, and it doesn't really matter if we reach our goals or not, but we have to go for it, and we have to seek our passion until the end. So this is one film I can remember.
Okay. And is reading as pleasurable in digital format?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Sure. Is reading as pleasurable in digital format?
Well, I guess not. I guess the traditional way of reading, you turn the pages and you have to feel the pages in your hands, is more pleasurable, at least for my taste. I do not know about other people, what other people think, but I think, in my opinion, I think holding the hard copy in your hand is far more pleasurable and preferred for my taste. And also, I think having to read for long times, especially if you are into reading, having to read and look into digital screens for a long time, it will harm your eyes at the end. So I am not very sure, and I'm not very keen on digital reading, actually.
Thank you very much, my dear Fatima. Fatima, you were great. You're amazing. Your band score is 7.
7? Thank you.
The band score 7, mashallah, tabarakallah. Your vocabulary is quite rich. You've used a good range of vocabulary words like inconvenient, determination, and other nice words to be used in this topic. But I still have, my objections. Okay. Sometimes
I want them. I want those objections.
Sometimes you mispronounce or you misfigure out the difference between the b and p sound, like people.
Yes, this is my problem. Yeah, I know.
People, passion. You pronounce it as passion. Grab a book. You said grab a book. However, grab a book was a very nice word to use, or a phrase to use. Okay, so this was one of the most important no remarks that I have remarked. And moreover, you're using variety of sentences, mashallah, and simple, compound, complex are all included in your oral presentation. Also, you've mentioned a lot of idioms, which really makes your oral presentation sound more like a native speaker, like once in a blue moon, as far as I remember, and so on. So, and you're using excellent fillers as well. Also, use the word, the phrase "cup of tea." So, your ideas.
I know that you and the doctor used to say, "Don't say this," but I thought it was suitable in the sentence.
Darling, listen to me. It's not about repeating the same idioms over and over again. It's about misusing them. But as long as you're using them in the right context, there's nothing about that. There's nothing wrong about using them in the right context. Okay? So don't worry about using a repeated or a very common idiom. That's fine as long as it matches with the topic that you're talking about, Fatima. All right?
All right.
Okay, so it's perfect. It was perfect. Using the word, the idiom "cup of tea" in this topic was the perfect choice. Don't worry about it. And again, and the last thing that I would like to say is that it seems that your core of ideas is very rich, mashallah. Yani, it seems that you're a very good reader. You have much information in your mind.
Actually, I prepare for my IELTS from the academic readings, not the general. But I am planning to take the general. I think the academic is more rich.
Planning board, which is really bad.
I'm planning. I'm planning. I'm planning to take the IELTS, so I read the academic books, not the general, so I can be prepared for the TOEFL.
Yes, perfect. Fatima, I'm so proud of you. Keep it up, and please inform us about your results once you're done with your IELTS test. And please stay in the same track of reading every day, all right? Don't skip a single day without reading.
Yeah, I read.
You're already there, by the way. You're already there. The way and the road is not that long. MashaAllah, tabarakallah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So let's take another one. We have, who's ready? Yalla, open your microphones. Whoever opens their microphone or unmute them, I will take him. Four muted microphones now. Who's ready? Kareem, Muhammad Sotuhi, Muhammad Haggag, I'm done with him, and Miss Fatima. I still have now Kareem and Muhammad. Kareem and Muhammad, anyone would like to open or unmute their microphones? Yes. Anyone? Yeah, Kareem. So none of them is ready. Okay. So I already had Muhammad Haggag and Miss Fatima. Muhammad Al-Sutuhi and Kareem. Is anyone here ready? Or, oh, this is bad, ya Kareem. I'm facing troubles with my hands.
I think you don't know how to use Zoom.
Yes. يا كريم بص تحت كده.
In the left of your hand. Yes. Microphone. Press it, please.
يا كريم. Thank you very much, Muhammad. Thank you. Okay. Oh, finally, alhamdulillah. Thanks a lot for your help, Haggag. Okay. All right, Kareem, hello. لا يا كريم مش خلصنا من الميكروفون هيطلع الانترنت كونكشن. Hello, Kareem. What's your full name? Kareem? I can hear you speaking, but just parts of your words. I can hear just parts of your words, not the whole thing. Say something. What's your full name? Kareem. Kareem, wait. I'm sorry, Kareem. It seems that I can't hear you well. There's a very bad internet connection, or the internet connection is... No. I can barely hear you. Just a few words that I can pick. All right, again. Kareem, hello. Say something. Say a All right. So, Kareem, are you interested in reading? No, Kareem, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. The internet connection is too bad. I can barely hear you. I'm sorry for that. I'm really sorry for that. Maybe you need to fix your internet connection, okay? I'm sorry, Kareem. Okay, and until I take Mohammed al-Sartuhi, I hope you can do something in regards to your internet connection. All right, Kareem? And I'm sorry. I know that you've been waiting for long. I'm really sorry. All right, Mohammed al-Sartuhi, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you, Mohammed?
Fine, thank you.
So nice to see you.
Nice.
Okay, your full name, dear?
Mohammed al-Sutuhi.
And how would you like me to call it?
Mohammed.
Mohammed or Sutuhi?
Anything.
What do you prefer?
I prefer Mohammed.
Mohammed. All right, yeah, Mohammed.
Okay.
Mohammed, let's. Okay. Do you live in a house or in an apartment?
Actually, I live in my own apartment, but I live with my family. We all live in the same house. My mother and my brother, and me and my wife. So we as a family we live in same house, but me and my wife and my daughter live in own apartment.
All right, Mohammed. Tell me about where you live.
I live in a city called Mahalla. It is in middle east of Egypt, and it's renowned with textile industry. And I live in it since I born. I didn't move to any country, so I live and work at the same city.
Okay. What kind of accommodation do most people live in your city?
Accommodation, okay. I can't quite catch this word.
Right. I will repeat the question again. What kind of accommodation do most people live in your city?
Sorry, what's the meaning of accommodation? Or
yes. Accommodation means places to live.
Places to live, okay. Look like or
what kind of accommodation do most people live in your city?
Okay, in my city, most of people live in not big house and also not small. It's between in the middle. You can say it's in the middle. Everyone, I think everyone, or almost of people have their own houses. Okay, well, I don't familiar with this question so much, so I can recall my idea. So I think in my country there are a lot of houses where people live in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mohammed, describe a house or an apartment you would like to live in.
Okay, well, I think in in my view, the better house I would like to live in, not very big and not very small. But I love a modern furniture, and moreover, I would like to make something in my house or my apartment, like book spring, something I can refresh my mind and relax, and also not big to can take care of it, and also not small to can move very clearly.
Yes, thank you very much. Mohammed,
Thank you.
are you in any way relative to Miss Fatima?
No.
You're not? Okay. طيب يا Mohammed, thanks a lot. Well, Mohammed, your band score is 5 to 5.5, okay?
Okay.
Have you booked for your test?
No.
Good. You need to work really hard on yourself, Mohammed. You still have so much to do. MashaAllah, yani, I see that you are willing to improve your English, and you're but the point is that you're struggling with your language. You still need some fluency and flexibility in your language, and this won't come unless you learn more grammar lessons, because I believe that your grammar structure is لسه بعافية شوية. اوكي شويه بس كده محتاجين نراجع تاني على the most important grammar lessons زي when to use the present simple, when to use the past simple. انه في شويه كمان اللي هم الاوكسيلري verbs. ما ينفعش استخدم to قبل كان، يعني ما ينفعش اقول it will enable me to can. ما ينفعش اقول to can. كان لوحدها ما يجيش قبلها تو ابدا. اوكي مثلا يعني كمان يا محمد عندنا ال TH sound عايزه تتظبط جدا جدا جدا، مش علشان احنا يعني هنتكلم زي النيتيف سبيكرز، لكن علشان sometimes the TH sound بتغير لما بتتقلب لسه sound ممكن تغير معنى الكلمه تماما. اوكي وده أكيد هيأثر على understanding، يعني whether the examiner can understand you or not. أوكي فخد بالك واظبط ال TH sound. ممكن جدا تستخدم expression هم بيقولوه اسمه joined family system. joined family system يعني when a husband and a wife are living in the same family house, so they call it a joint family system. وممكن تشرح أكتر joint family system علشان توضح فكرتك أكتر. للأسف الشديد ما سمعتش منك transitional sentence phrases أو حتى fillers. يعني fillers اللي بنستخدمها دايما في بدايات الquestions، يعني لما هند تسألك مثلا تقول لك إيه where do you live؟ فأنت ما تقولش I live in an apartment على طول كده. لا، أنت ممكن تقول إيه well that's a good question, that's an interesting question, well as a matter of fact. أو ممكن على حسب طبيعة السؤال ممكن مثلا تقول in my opinion if it is an opinion question, in my point of view. أو لو هو سؤال بيسألك عن حاجة حصلت زمان فتقول لها as far as I remember. That's an interesting question because it takes me back مثلا 20 years ago and so on. فهمت ازاي محمد؟
تمام.
كمان برضو نخلي بالنا قوي من when to use the definite or the indefinite article. محتاجين نظبط ال A وال an والجر. خلاص. آخر حاجة كمان أيوة كان حلو إن أنت تقول وتعبر عن نفسك وتقول I'm not familiar with this topic. هي ما اسمهاش I don't familiar، اسمها I'm not familiar with this topic. بس طبعا حتى لو قلت إنك you're not familiar with this topic ممكن جدا بعد كده تحاول إنك تجتهد في إيجاد إجابة، لأنه أنت كويس إن أنت كملت بعد الجملة دي. في ناس بتقول I'm not familiar with this topic وتقف. هو طب حضرتك جاي ليه؟ يعني فاهم ازاي؟ بس انا عجبني ان انت قلت I'm not familiar with this topic however وبدات انك تتكلم بعد كده. بجد يا محمد أنا معجبة جدا بفكرة إن أنت you want to improve your English and you want to improve your language. تعالوا بقى قبل ما أمشي إحنا الأربعة كده، أو محمد وكريم ومحمد حجاج ومصطفى، قولوا على تip مهمة جدا. I want you please to bear this tip in mind. أوكي؟ الفكرة إيه؟ الفكرة إنه لازم دايما أبدأ أي سؤال عندي بحاجة اسمها main topic or main idea, and then from this main idea I will discuss some supporting details and examples. Okay? يعني إزاي؟ يعني مثلا أنا لو عندي سؤال بيقول okay, tell me about where you live. Tell me about where you live. فإحنا ببساطة جدا هنقول I live with my parents in the suburbs of Riyadh city. مثلا يعني I live with my parents in the suburbs of in the suburbs, it's not suburbs, in the suburbs of Riyadh city. Okay? طيب هي دي هتكون main idea بتاعتي. This is the main idea here. طيب من main idea دي what supporting details can I find? What supporting details can I add? نشوف كده ال supporting details. حاضر يا كريم، أنا هشوف دلوقتي حالا whether you will be able to speak up and be heard or not. تاني هقول لو أنا المين idea بتاعتي إنه I live in the suburbs of Riyadh city with my parents، هيكون إيه supporting details؟ إيه رأيكم لو تفكروا دلوقتي حالا معايا؟ Yes. إيه رأيكم لو تفكروا معايا دلوقتي حالا في supporting details to this idea؟ هنشرح supporting details to the main idea يعني إيه؟ يعني أنا بوضح فكرة كبيرة جدا أقدر أخد منها اشتقاقات أو أفكار أصغر. يعني لو أنا بقول مثلا if I claim that I'm a good teacher، ودي تبقى المين idea بتاعتي، يطلع منها supporting details إزاي؟ إنه number one my students score الحمد لله are higher than a band score 7، أو إنه I barely get absent، or I can say that teaching is my passion and I believe that teaching is a hobby since day one when I was graduated. دول ممكن الثلاثة يكونوا supporting details to one big idea or one main idea, and this is the case in each and every book. لو بصيت على أي paragraph في أي كتاب هنلاقي الحالة كده first sentence must be the main idea وبعدين يديني supporting details ويديني example to support or to make it easy for my listener or for my reader to be convinced or persuaded with my main idea. فهمنا حاجة؟ احنا عاوزين لما نفكر بنفس الستراكشر دي بالظبط. نفكر ازاي؟ هنقول له والله انت عاوز اجابة السؤال بتاعك ايه يا فندم؟ I live in the suburb. Where do you live? قلت له I live in the suburbs of Riyadh. وهشرح بعد كده what are the suburbs of Riyadh? How do they look like? أو where are they located? Or what facilities are there? تمام؟ فأنا عملت إيه؟ أنا بتكلم في المين idea وبعدين اديت له details ومش هنسى to support it by an example. Understand؟ خلاص يا جماعة، في حد مش فاهم حاجة من اللي أنا بقوله؟ طيب آخر حاجة بقى هحاول كده مع كريم. يلا يا كريم بقى. كريم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يا رب.
عليكم السلام. You hear me now?
الحمد لله. Yes. Finally.
Yeah, sorry for the lagging